Hello and welcome to Nodality. Let's look at some of the new features in Nodality 1.5. We'll kick off a new project by importing an image. Hold down on the background, creates a new node. Make that node an image loader. Browse my camera roll, pull in our image. One of the new node types in 1.5 is the tone curve. Hold down again, image filter this time. I want to make it of type adjust, tone curve. To create the relationship between the tone curve and the image, I hold down on my source image, pick my target, which in this case is the image input on the tone curve. Now, by using the sliders, I can change the exposure at different parts of the spectrum of the image, like so. Bright highlights, dark shadows, maybe boost the shadows, darken some of the highlights. In Nodality, you can set the inputs to this tone curve by using additional nodes. I can choose a number 0.75, again hold down, enter relationship creation mode, pick my target. You can see now I've put 0.75 as the value for the first control point in the curve, and the slider has been disabled. I can also use one of the new number dial nodes. Number dial, which goes between 0 and 1 through a dial control. Again, hold down, relationship creation mode, pick control point 5. The slider on control point 5 is removed, and it's now controlled by this dial, like so. If I want to quickly go to 1, I press this button, back down to 0, this button. Number dials also have inputs. They're the minimum and maximum values. If I create a new node, of type filter, make this one a blur, create the relationship between the output of the tone curve, the input of the blur. Now I could, if I wanted to, use that number dial to set the Gaussian blur size, but actually a blur of 1 isn't a great deal of use. Let's create a new number dial, set that as the new input, and make the maximum value on that number dial 10. Create a number, 10, set that as the input on the number dial. Now the number dial goes between 0 and 10, and you can see it blurring accordingly. If I want to set the minimum, it's the same process. Create a number, make that 5, set that as a minimum, and now the number dial goes between 5 and 10. At any time, if I want to remove the input of a node, I can select it, pick my menu, and then remove input 1. And you can see here, I'm back to be able to use a slider. And there we have it, a brief introduction to some of the great new features in Nodality 1.5. Thank you.